Good morning and welcome to the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living. So glad you have joined us today. It's amazing that we can have access to each other even through the airwaves. Thank you again. My name is Marianne Atwell Hardy, and I'm a licensed spiritual practitioner here at the center. And we will begin, as we always do, with the meditation. And I am going to do a reading. Actually, there's some lyrics to one of my favorite songs about surrender, because that's one of our topics this month. And then we'll get quiet for about 10 minutes and have some nice music to just settle in, open our hearts and minds to the message that will come next. So, given that, I invite you to settle in, whatever that means, in a chair, lying down, standing up, and put your hand on your heart and just take one very deep breath in and let it go. Take another deep breath in. And with a half smile on your face, as an invitation to the divine, I'm going to read the lyrics to a song by Karen Drucker about surrender. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith, and I am stronger every moment, every day. My mind is willing and my heart is open wide. I trust my instincts and let spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and pure and free as I continue walking in this mystery. There may be walls, there may be roadblocks in my way, but I can choose to take a higher path each day. And now I know that what I thought was safe and sound was only habit and regret that held me down. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith, and I am stronger every moment, every day. So I invite you to just take those words that once we surrender, we find the faith in the divine that is always and ever available to us. So let's get quiet and listen to some calming music as we open, surrender, and listen. Now, if you're ready, I invite you to gently come back into the room, back into your space, holding on to whatever download, whatever message of love and support you received. And I just want to thank you for preparing our space, this virtual space that extends out in all directions, and preparing yourself for the service that will follow. So thank you again, and we will see you very soon, around 10:15. Thanks.
Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. You will do amazing things with the choice each new day brings, and with every step you take. Bless the progress that you make. The reason you live is there in every gift you give. Love your life, love your dreams. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Oh, the places you will go and the people you will know. Don't worry when, where, or how. You don't need to know that now. You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy what this day brings. You will do amazing things. You don't have to work it out. Just stay in the here and now. Let your mind rest for a little while. Sometimes deepest answers come when you're out there having fun. So close your eyes, take a breath, and smile. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing
a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for I'm gonna stand up for joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. We are making a new world now. We are making a new world now.
Oh yeah. Come on. All right. Yeah. Oh yeah. One life living is you and me. Yeah. One light shining is you and me. Yeah. One love loving is you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. All right. One life living is you and me. Yeah. One light shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. I'm shining from the inside out. I'm so happy. I just wanna shout. One life living is you and me. One light shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. One life living is you and me. One light shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. I'm shining from the inside out. I'm so happy. I just wanna shout. One life living is you and me. One light shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. One life living is you and me. One light shining.
Good morning. Welcome to the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living and our Sunday celebration service. I'm very glad that you have chosen to invite us into your living rooms today through the power of live streaming. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Dusty Rippelmeyer, and I have the honor and privilege of being this community's spiritual director. Our community, the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living, is part of a larger organization called Centers for Spiritual Living, which is a global community of over 450 spiritual centers, teaching chapters, and special focus ministries in over 30 countries worldwide. We are a positive and practical philosophy, faith, and way of life. Now, our community is the spiritual home for a diverse group of people who are seeking a deeper and abiding connection with that which is greater than they are and with each other, to be in community, a sacred spiritual community. Our purpose is to inspire, educate, and empower individuals to experience themselves as unique and individualized expressions of God. And we do this through a sacred and supportive community that welcomes everyone just as they are. Our mission is the transformation of our personal lives and to being a powerful and beneficial presence on the planet. We do this through celebration, service, study, fellowship, and the energy of unconditional love. And our vision is a world that actually does work for everyone. We do this by consciously practicing the truth of our oneness and unity with God and with each other in our everyday lives. You are welcome here no matter where you are on your spiritual path. I have just a couple of announcements this morning. Upcoming events, Sunday, December 14th, we will be live in our sanctuary at 4 Points by Sheridan. Be prepared to celebrate all of those people who have a birthday in December, and we will go out to lunch to celebrate them. The location at this time is unknown, but we will come up with it by then. Sunday, December 21st, we will be online only. And Sunday, December 28th, we will also be online only. All Sunday services begin with a meditation at 9:45, followed by the service at 10:15. So please consider joining us for all of our December Sunday services. Join us for a very special annual Christmas Eve service. It is one of my most favorite services of the entire year. It's filled with insight, music, ritual, joy, and love. It will be held on Wednesday evening, November 24th, November 23rd, which is, of course, no, you're right. It is the 24th. I was right the first time. With November 24th at 4 Points by Sheridan. It's Christmas Eve, for gosh sakes. It is always an amazing and sacred event. So please consider joining us in person at 4 Points by Sheridan. Also join us for our Wednesday evening services for 2025. The evening is called the Wednesday Experience, a look at life through meditation, music, metaphysics, and magic. It is really a wonderful opportunity to come together, deepen our practice with one another, and have our voice be heard. It's also an opportunity to really be able to hear like-minded shares from people that are in the community. Everyone always has something really amazing to contribute. So please join us. The service is held on Zoom, and it's from 7 o'clock until 8:15. The link is in our Wednesday newsletter and also on our website. So please join us. Before moving on, I would like to thank Marianne Atwell-Hardy for her beautiful meditation. Thank you so very much, Marianne. And now please welcome her back onto the stage.
Good morning, beloveds. The theme for the year 2025 is Rising Higher, Growing Deeper. Our theme for the month of December is Shedding Our Skin. And Reb Dusty's message is Surrender into Newness. And now I would like to invite Carol Cross and Janelle Moore, who will be assisting us this morning as our very special service, ritual, whatever you want to call it, which honors the diversity and threads of truth that run through all spiritual paths as represented by this ceremony.
The Triangle Center for Spiritual Living honors the diversity and threads of truth that run through all spiritual paths, as represented by this ceremony. Christianity is the path of the Christ consciousness, of love and forgiveness. Buddhism is the path of compassion and understanding. Judaism is the ethical path of living by sacred law. Baha'i is the path of unity and peace. Islam is the path of submission to the will of God, one's highest calling. Confucianism is the path of deliberate tradition. Taoism is the natural way, the path of ultimate reality. Native American practices and shamanic traditions are the paths of primal spirituality. Shintoism is the path of tribal ancestry. Hinduism is the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. The science of mind and spirit is the path of the divine principles of love and law. And the heart represents the one heart and the one love that resides at the center of all people and all beings everywhere, with absolutely no exceptions. May peace prevail on earth through the followers of all paths.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Barbara Kane, a licensed spiritual practitioner here at the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living, and I'm so grateful that you decided to join us this morning, and I'm going to speak a blessing on the service. As I attune myself to the perfection of God, it flows through me. It dissipates all the obstructions of my everyday life, transforming all confusion into love and beauty. I realize that I must bring this perfection of reality into expression, for the mind and heart of each human being are the only channels God has through which to manifest God's infinite mind and perfect love. And keeping this in mind, I speak a blessing on our service this morning, knowing that all of us at the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living are a blessing and are blessed with the teachings of the service this morning. I speak a blessing on all the volunteers who helped to produce this service and make it possible for us to see today or into the future. I speak a blessing on Reverend Dusty, our beloved teacher, and I want to say miracle worker, someone who has a great ability to shift things in the material world based on her spiritual teachings. And I know that she receives a blessing as she teaches us today. I speak a blessing on Sandy Hemingway, the wonderful, talented, and creative musician that he is. And I speak a blessing on our beloved congregation, everyone that's listening here, or as I said, into the future. I know that we are all blessed and uplifted, and our understanding of our spiritual selves is enlarged by what we hear today. The reading today is from Reverend Nancy Collier. She says, "The moment of surrender itself is easy. It happens when it's ready. Control falls away and takes us with it. It's the path to surrender that's excruciating. But what's amazing is that when surrender does arrive, it's accompanied by a great sense of ease, relief, and peace. It's not like the situation remarkably gets better or easier, but we feel better and more easeful when we know in our bones that we cannot fix or figure it out, when we know that it's truly not up to us and we simply can't. In this moment of surrender or grateful defeat, there's clarity. And oddly, something deep within us relaxes when we acknowledge that we don't know how to do it, don't know the way. More effort, more doing, more thinking, more plans won't work. We feel an inner softening when we agree to turn it over to anything else. Whatever is not us, the unknowable, or perhaps to just the truth of not knowing. From our knees, paradoxically, we feel a remission from the suffering. As much as we are conditioned to never give up, in the case of surrender, giving up the mistaken belief that we are in charge offers a profound relief. Thank you, Nancy. That was beautiful. And now, the amazing, talented, and always wonderful Sandy Hemingway.
Good morning, everyone. This is a song I wrote a while ago, and there's an odd thing about being a songwriter. Most songs I really love right when I wrote them, and as I play them enough times, I get tired of them and don't love them as much. But there are a rare few where I didn't love them quite as much when I wrote them, but the older they get, the more I appreciate them, and this is one of those. And I think it applies very much to today. It's called All of the Love in the World. There is a time when I take a break from all of the fear in me, driving inside to the source within. I dance with my thoughts and my hopes and my dreams. Suddenly I am floating upward, leaving myself behind. Closing my eyes, I go deeper, silent and still. My heart is filled with all of the love in the world, all of the love in the world. Breathing deep, I close my eyes, fill my heart and still my mind. Take a break from myself, I can feel it. When I open my heart, I can heal it. Silent and still, my heart is filled with all of the love in the world, all of the love in the world. There is a way that I fresh my spirit when I am feeling low. Hidden inside every breath I take, the power I need to connect to the whole, part of a larger heart beyond me. Energy fills my soul. Closing my eyes, I go deeper, silent and still. My heart is filled with all of the love in the world, all of the love in the world. When I search for the source in reflection, I am one with the force and connection. Unity fills my heart and feeds my soul. I am part of the light, though I'm blinded. Just by closing my eyes, I'm reminded, silent and still, my heart is filled with all of the love in the world, all of the love in the world. There is the light that I only see when I stop and close my eyes. It is the light of a billion souls, loving the family and friends in their lives. Gratefully I move from my darkness, diving into the light. Closing my eyes, I go deeper, silent and still. My heart is filled with all of the love in the world, all of the love in the world, all of the love in the world, all of the love in the world.
Thank you so very much, Sandy. That was beautiful. I can see why you're loving it more and more and more as time goes by. So welcome to those of you who may have just turned on your television sets or computers at home. The theme for the month of December is shedding our skin. And my message is surrendering into newness. Now, you don't have to raise your hands or anything because I wouldn't be able to see them anyway, but who saw this title and thought to myself, oh, I am so excited to listen to this message. Surrender and newness, two of my all-time favorite things in life. Probably no one. I know that as I first took a look at this title, what came up for me was the very disturbing image of the Wicked Witch of the East flying on her broom, writing "Surrender, Dorothy" across the night sky. As if the monkeys weren't scarier enough. This image created a lasting impression of negativity and fear in me for a very long time. Now, there are very many definitions of the word surrender, and most of them have to do with yielding to the power, control, or possession of someone else. In my mind's eye, I see a white flag being hoisted over a battlefield. It is a word that is cloaked in negative connotations. For many of us, surrender leaves a bad taste in our mouth. It speaks of weakness and cowardice, of giving up or of giving away, and of letting go of the control of a particular situation or perhaps of our lives in general. Now, for many of us, surrender means that we have no more will to fight, or that we lack strength or courage. For many of us, surrender is never a possibility to consider. It is not something that any self-respecting or self-reliant person would ever do. We may have great resistance to doing it, and we may feel a lot of regret when we do. But surrendering isn't necessarily about giving up, or about weakness, or even about passivity. It is not necessarily an act of resignation or of conceding, but can actually be an act of opening oneself up or expanding our receptivity to the world. Sometimes we have to give up power in order to gain power. Now, the truth is that while it can mean to give up or to give away, it can also mean to give way. To give way to something that is greater than ourselves. For me, this isn't about weakness or about cowardice, but about faith. Faith in things that are unseen, and the strength that we need to have to be able to step into the unknown, to step into that which is new to us. It can be as brave and as bold as any victory could possibly be. Now, for me, surrender is allowing. By giving way to a power and presence that is greater than we are, we allow the flow of life to flow unimpeded through us, unimpeded by inner resistance. It can simply mean to stop fighting, to stop resisting the flow of life. It can simply mean to let go of that which is no longer serving us. As you can imagine, I have a couple of things to share this morning about this idea of surrender. And the first has to do with control. Ooh, control. Control is defined as the power to influence or direct people's behavior or the course of events that are unfolding. We are happy when we are able to do that, and we are frustrated when we cannot. We may admit to it. However, we often live our lives trying to control and manipulate everything, wanting the world to be in accordance with our likes and our dislikes. However, the underlying truth is that the universe has been around for billions of years. What manifests in front of us at any given moment is something truly extraordinary, truly magical and mystical. The planets stay in orbit. The sun rises and sets each and every single day without fail. Tiny seeds grow into giant trees, and a single fertilized cell grows into a baby, a beautiful baby. All of this happens without our input. And yet each of us has believed a time or two that things should be the way that we want them to be, instead of being the natural result of all of the forces of creation. Without realizing it, we do this with everything in our lives, and rarely does life unfold exactly the way that we want it to. Our mind tries to control everything it comes into contact with. That is its nature. Perhaps it is simply trying to keep us safe, or to make us happy, or to create a life that is better. We all have elaborate and seemingly endless strategies for trying to make sure that our lives contain the experiences that we want them to, and do not contain the experiences that we don't want them to. Our minds will fight with, reject, ignore, and push against anything that we do not want. The truth is that we have a lot of shoulds in our life. This should happen, or that should happen, or this situation should unfold in a particular way, or these people should behave in the way that we want them to. Now, while there are some things that we can control, such as our own thoughts or our own actions or our own reactions, most of the things that we have shoulds about, we have absolutely no control over. So if we don't have any control over most of the things that we have shoulds about, why not just stop and enjoy the ride? Surrender happens when we know that we do not know. This was spoken about in the reading by Reverend Nancy Collier. It arrives when we know that we can't think or see our way through the situation that we are finding ourselves in. We don't have all the answers. In true surrender, we don't know if what is coming will be better or worse, or more comfortable or more awful. All we know is that we cannot continue to do it this way. We cannot continue to do it the way that we have always been doing it, not one moment longer. This is the moment when we realize that we cannot keep fighting, either because it's too painful or because we finally realize that it's futile, and some other, perhaps in this moment not yet known, path is needed. A different path is needed for us to take. Surrender begins here when all other strategies end. But surrender is not a strategy. In fact, it's the profound absence of strategies. It's waking up to realize that all of the strategies have failed, and that now we have to open ourselves up to a new way of being in the world. By surrender to whatever is unfolding and accepting what is, by giving up on the outcome and allowing life to flow the way that it is meant to flow, by stepping out of our own way and letting the natural order take the lead, we get not only a break from the exhaustion of trying to control everything, but we also get to experience life instead of something that we simply think life is supposed to be. Surrender isn't something that our minds can accomplish, but it's something that, with awareness, we can invite into our lives. When we have no other choice but to surrender the illusion of control, we can experience the present moment and the gift that that present moment actually is. Now, the second idea that I have to share this morning is to remind ourselves that surrender is not failure. It is not defeat. It is not giving up or giving in. It is not a punishment. It is not a bad thing. In reality, surrender is the strongest, most powerful thing that we can do in the world. It takes strength to admit that we are weak. It takes bravery to show that we are vulnerable and courage to ask for assistance. Surrender is not a one-time process. We don't just do it once and then move on. It is a way of being in the world, a way of being that is powerful, however, sometimes not always easy to do. It often shows up as one step forward and two steps backwards. We often revert back to old ways of thinking, negative ways of thinking in general, and negative ways of thinking about surrender specifically. We have to remind ourselves and each other that surrender is not giving up on life, but simply giving up on fighting with life. Every one of us at some point or another encounters a situation that will rock the foundation of who we are and what we think we can bear. Something that pushes us past our limits. Sometimes it's a situation we've lived for a long time with, and sometimes it's a sudden event that overwhelms us. While the content may differ, what these experiences share is the power to bring us to our knees, figuratively and sometimes literally. What these experiences share is that they have the power to change us. And it all starts with surrender. Marianne Williamson, in her book, A Return to Love, says, "Until your knees hit the floor, you're just playing at life. And on some level, you're scared because you know you're just playing. The moment of surrender is not when life is over, it's when it begins." Now, while Marianne Williamson says that we need to be on our knees to reach true surrender, it is also true that we can practice surrender on a smaller scale, a little bit at the time, to build up our surrender ability. Now, for example, every morning I play a number of the New York Times puzzles, most specifically connections. Now, there are days when I look at the words again and again and again and again, and nothing, I mean nothing, falls in place. It can be very frustrating because I kind of think I'm pretty good at it. And I might have been on a streak. And I can't understand what is different about this particular day, this particular puzzle. Did I not get enough sleep last night? Do I need another cup of coffee? I wonder how my friends are faring with this one. Are they struggling as much as I am? And just as the frustration is coming to a boil, I stand up and I walk away. I take a deep breath and surrender into the moment, surrender into the not knowing. I might go for a walk, or I might take a shower, or I might drive to work at Duke. And suddenly, in my mind's eye, I see a word with a blank before it or a blank afterward. And everything, I mean everything, falls into place. So it is with surrender in our lives. The third idea is, how do we ready ourselves to be in the mindset of surrendering? How do we prepare ourselves to let go of that which we have gotten used to and step out of our comfort zone? How do we prepare to let go what we have been clinging to and step into something new? Now, the underlying truth is that we often hold on to what we hold dear to us, even if it's uncomfortable or painful, because we believe that the unknown is even scarier. We often choose to stay fearful or playing small because we're familiar with the spaces that we've been dwelling in. Sometimes we realize that if we let go, we will need to be responsible and accountable for our growth. Sometimes we give mixed signals to the universe because what we say we want and the actions that we take to get what we want are completely different. In fact, sometimes even 180 degrees from each other. One way to ready ourselves is to be open at the top. Ernest Holmes talks about being open at the top. And for me, being open at the top means that there are no limits. That we live consciously in the space of infinite possibilities. That there are no ceilings or walls or floors to hold us back or to hinder our growth or our evolution or our expansion or our expression. The really amazing thing about being fully and consciously open at the top is that if there are any perceived boundaries that may have wiggled their way or slipped their way into our consciousness, we can get quiet. Tap into our oneness, know our wholeness, and affirm that we are able to move through them and past them. Even if we're in the middle of surrendering, which is in an inherently vulnerable and tender place and time, we are still able to initiate an emerging pathway. As we focus on surrender, letting go, newness, unlimited possibilities, and freedom, we burst through our old skin into our next highest and greatest yet to be. Our spiritual practices really assist us to be able to surrender, to be able to let go, to be able to release so that we can allow spirit to come in. The fourth idea is to live from faith and to know that we are surrendering to our own divinity within us, to our essential nature. Not something to outside of ourselves, but to something, that power and presence that is within us. And when we surrender, we begin to sense that we are part of a larger whole, that we are not alone, and that we are connected to everything and everyone around us. We learn to listen for and to the voice of God, that inner voice within us. We begin to see all of our experiences through our spiritual eyes, which allow us to see the blessings in them. When we surrender to the power and presence of divine love within us, anything is possible. When we listen for and to and surrender to our inner guidance, we receive exactly what we need. Not always what we think we want, but exactly what we need. Following it with faith, instead of questioning it and resisting it, moves us into powerful healing action. Surrendering further, we let go of all sense of separation and enter into a conscious union with God. No practice is more profound or more powerful. Kristen Young, in her book Growing Wings, says, "You can't fake authentic surrender, for it is the moment you unclench your hands, accept what is, and finally let go, that this fertile space is provided for divine intervention and unimaginable possibilities." When we can experience the presence of something larger and unknowable, we can experience ourselves flowing in that river that is life, the river that we are actually all a part of. And in that, there is a sense of peace that washes over all of us. The struggle is gone, and in its place, there is a sense of peace. Surrender is a true gift. When we finally acknowledge that we cannot control everything, we give ourselves the opportunity to feel the flow of life carrying us. taking us where we need to go, even though we might have no idea where that might be. But when we finally do let go of the reins, the most remarkable opportunity appears. We directly experience being supported by a larger source of wisdom. And this is an experience, once experienced, can never not be known, can never not be longed for. Surrender is at the heart of all spiritual paths. It is a process that requires being open and willing. Being an open and willing part of that process requires trust and faith in the divine, leaning into the newness that is seeking to be expressed through us and as us, knowing that our good is always factored into the equation, and allowing ourselves to go with it without kicking and screaming. As we consciously surrender that which no longer serves us, we powerfully step into newness, a space and place where anything and everything is possible. Please join me there. And so it is. And so I invite everyone to close your outer eyes as I speak a word of prayer for each and every single one of us, knowing that as I close my eyes and turn my attention away from the world of form and to the inner aspects of my life, that I become acutely aware of that power and presence of the divine, the power and presence of the divine that is always within me, but when I turn my attention to it, I become more acutely aware of it. It is the very essence of wisdom, of creativity, of abundance, of peace, of joy, of freedom, and of grace. I know that I am one with this power and presence. I am its ambassador on the planet. I came here to bring forward all of those amazing qualities into the world in my own unique and individualized way. And just as I know that this is true for me, I know that it is absolutely true for each and every single one of us on the call today, every single one of us that will listen to it at some further point in time, for our entire community, the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living, and for the world. We are all one, connected to each other in ways that can never be broken, connected to God and the universe in ways that can support us, that can feed us, that can fuel us, that can fund us, that can guide us. And what I know about this idea of surrender is that once we surrender our old thoughts about it and recognize that it truly is not about weakness, not about lack of courage, but is really, in fact, something very profound and powerful. And that once we get to the place where we can literally do it with all of our heart, with all of our being, that a sense of peace washes over us. Whether we're down on our knees, literally or simply figuratively, we let loose anything that is in resistance to allowing life to flow through and as us. And as we do so, everything changes. All possibilities exist. And we can move into that newness with excitement, with joy, with welcome. And so I claim ease and grace around living that kind of life for each and every single one of us, living a life that is powerfully surrendered, recognizing that we have likes and dislikes, and yet not holding on to them with such white knuckles. being willing to be willing to allow life to have its way with us. I know that it is an extraordinary power and presence that is within us. And when we lean into that, something extraordinary happens not only to us, but to the people around us, to our lives, and to the planet. I'm so grateful to know this truth and to speak these words. So grateful for the power of prayer, knowing that these words are loosed into a law that only ever says yes. That my words are clothed in form even as they are spoken. And so I speak them and I release them into that law. And I invite everyone to anchor this prayer simply by saying, and so it is. And so it is. Amen. Thank you all so very much. It is now time for our conscious giving. The Triangle Center for Spiritual Living is sustained by the giving of our time, talent, and treasure. This is the time every week when we offer financial support to assist this community to continue to be a beacon of love and light for ourselves and others. Together, we affirm the truth that today's offering lifts this spiritual community, prospers the one giving, and adds to the energy of sufficiency on the planet. There are several ways that you can give, and they are here on your screens. Visit our website at trianglecsl.org. Text the word give using the following number, 919-629-9148, or you can send your gift to our PO Box 4062, Cary, North Carolina 27519. I now invite you to turn within as I speak a word of blessing upon this offering, knowing that the process itself is an opportunity to stand in an expanded view of all of the ways that we are abundant, and to focus our attention on all of this abundance by practicing sharing and giving. That by recognizing our good and being willing to give some of it away, we enter into the law of circulation and participate in the powerful flow of the universe. I know that this gift, however big or small, supports this community as we continue to be a space of warmth, of light, of wisdom, of transformation, and of love. I know that as each of us enters into this eternal flow of giving and receiving, that the gift we give comes back to us. The blessing and the blessed are one. Thank you all for your gift, and thank you, God, for the gift of each and every single one of you. And so it is. And now please welcome the amazing Sandy Hemingway back to his piano.
Troubles come and my heart burdens be, and I am still and wait here in the silence till you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. Raise me up to more than I can be. There is no light You come and I am filled with wonder. Sometimes I think I glimpse eternity. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. Raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to more than I can be.
Thank you so much, Sandy. That was really, really lovely. And now I invite you to join me for our December 7th affirmation. And this is a call and response. Please repeat it with meaning. I understand that being open and willing is required in the surrender process.
I understand that being open and willing is required in the surrender process.
I also understand that being open and willing requires trust and faith.
I also understand that being open and willing requires trust and faith.
Therefore, I let go of any and all resistance, step out of my comfort zone, and cooperate with life itself.
Therefore, I choose to let go of any and all resistance, step out of my comfort zone, and cooperate with life itself.
By allowing the process to happen through me, I allow beauty and newness to emerge from the old into the new.
By allowing the process to happen through me, I allow beauty and newness to emerge from the old into the new.
I may not be able to see the end result. However, I affirm that my highest and best is being factored into the equation.
I may not be able to see the end result. However, I affirm that my highest and best is being factored into the equation.
I have trust and faith that this is so, and so it is.
And so it is.
And now I invite you one more time to close your outer eyes as I speak a benediction. I am joyous in the assurance that I am bringing into being that much more of God, perfection. I am transforming a part of life, just as nature passes through the beautiful transformation called spring. I know I need only to realize the true state of being, which is love, that which I really am, to transform all that appears to be imperfect. Love is that which is real, complete harmony. I stand firm on the rock of reality, knowing that all is well, knowing that there is but one, that one is love, and that one guides us and guards us as we release the old into the new, into the vision, into the love, and into the light. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you very, very much, Marianne and Babs, for your presence and participation in today's service. Thank you very much, Heather, for all of your work behind the scenes. And thank you, Sandy, for your amazing gift and for sharing it with us today. I thank everybody who tuned us in today, or everyone that watches this at a later date. And I bless all sentient beings on the planet. I love you all, and I will just say I had a little trouble with the announcement around Christmas Eve earlier. Christmas Eve is actually on the same date that it's always been on, and that is December 24th. This year it is on a Wednesday, and we will be having a magnificent Christmas Eve service on Wednesday evening, December 24th at the 4 Points by Sheridan. Please come and join us. Have a magnificent week. I love you all.